fight friends to another episode of the Shoutout Podcast. In the house, we have what I assume might be the closest person on the planet with the same hobbies and job as me, Mr. Jonathan Pu'u, the Pu'u Muay Thai Podcast and Pu'u Muay Thai. Hey, man, thanks a ton for doing this today.
Jason, thanks for having me on. Hey, I want to say excellent pronunciation of Pu'u. I was going to be like, oh, crap, did he look up how to say that?
Well, to be honest, I've been watching you for a while, so I've heard you say it a few times yourself.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, I'm starstruck right now, Jason. Awesome.
Don't be like that.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, I totally said your last name and then waited for a response.
No, you did great. You did great. Thanks for having me on today, Jason. It's stoked to be on the Shout Out Podcast. I'm out here in Arizona right now. I know you said up there in Canada the weather's starting to turn sour for the winter. Yeah. And meanwhile, we have, here in Arizona, starting to get real nice. This is like the best time of the year in Arizona.
Nice, man. Yeah, it's listen, I only like summer. I don't do any winter. So I'm 45 minutes from the Rocky Mountains, and I don't do anything, man. I don't ski, I don't skate, I don't snowboard. I do none of that.
No, like cross country skiing, no outdoors. Nope. So you're just indoors the whole time doing Muay Thai.
And just counting down the days till I can put on shorts and a tank top again. So.
When you're, maybe one of these days you can come down south and get away for the winter.
That's right, man. Just like most of us do.
Yeah. Being a snowbird is a real thing, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, man. Here's my first question for you. How do we get? Let's say, how do we get you to let's say the number 2 podcast? And I'm just going to pick a random podcast out of the thin air. And, how do we get a shout out podcast to number 1? so I'm just kidding, obviously.
Yeah. But no. This is a great topic too, by the way. It's kind of like like a joke.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, listen, man, I couldn't believe somebody sent me a thing that I made a list, and I was like, holy cow, I'm on a list. Like, that's fucking crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But, man, where do we start? I mean, well, let's. I know you're also a Muay Thai man yourself, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, 100. I don't know, man. A little, maybe just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit.
And you own a gym as well, yeah?
Yeah. So we have Pu'u Muay Thai in Ventura, and I used to co-own Pu'u Muay Thai Santa Barbara in California. So both of them are in California. I sold that one to the co-owner Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I still have the Ventura Academy.
Well, yeah, me too, man. I certainly not 2 locations. I'm not smart enough to own 2, but own a gym, do a podcast on the side, all that stuff. So
That's smart.
It's yeah. Okay.
It is, man. No, I'm telling you, for anybody that's listening out there, it's hard. About 6 years ago during COVID, marketing changed for Muay Thai gyms, all businesses. So it's like doing something like this is really, really cool to see other people doing it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Preach. Where did Muay Thai come into your life? What age did this start for you, and why Muay Thai?
Oh man, let me get into a little bit about Muay Thai. So I started off in I grew up Ventura, California, born in Santa Barbara. So for those that don't know geography there in California coast, Santa Barbara is about 40 minutes driving north of Ventura. So they're close by.
Okay.
I was in Ventura. There wasn't shit to do there. I grew up surfing. My dad was a waterman, stuff like that. He had a surf shop, the whole thing. I wanted absolutely nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it. And what ended up happening was, as soon as I turned 18, leading up to that, I was in the punk rock scene. I was playing in a band, stuff like that too. Got into the whole DIY culture, doing everything yourself, screen printing. I was doing all that stuff where we had button presses and everything too to kind of fund our expeditions through that. Wasn't a good environment for a teenager who didn't have any structure in his life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. When I was 18, I was still final year of high school here in the U.S. And my mentor at the time said, "Hey, you know what is it that you want to do when you're a kid? You can do that now. You're an adult." So I was like, I always wanted to do martial arts, and Muay Thai looked badass, so I wanted to do that. So that's really where that first initial spark happened. And I found it was an MMA gym at the time. We didn't have Muay Thai in our town. There wasn't no Muay Thai. The closest one was in North Hollywood, the Muay Thai Academy of America, which is still down there. I think it's one of the first Muay Thai training academies. Some argue it's the first, but
is that right?
Yeah. First one in the U.S. And the other one was, it's Long Beach Kickboxing. His name is Omri. He's actually from Cambodia. So you could argue it's like a Kun Khmer place, so it might be different. But they were actually there first, I think, before Muay Thai Academy of America opened up. So for me, that was like, driving down North Hollywood, that's 2-3 hour commute. I was like, that's like, I can't do that. So found the MMA gym, went there, met my first coach, got the shit beat out of me the first day, MMA gym, more boxing. You know who Robert Garcia is, like the boxing coach?
Oh, yeah.
So Robert Garcia, Ventura is right next door to Oxnard. So Oxnard, California, which they call Boxnard. So at this MMA gym, we had Robert Garcia that would come in there once a week and hold pads for free. It was included in your membership,
Crazy.
right? And so I showed up, and there was like, I was the only person there. I'm like, hey, you're like Robert Garcia, that like the world champion. Robert Garcia. He's like, yeah, mijo, get in the ring. I was like, fuck, okay. So that was like my, that was like my second week training there, and it was ongoing like that. That was over at West Coast Jiu-Jitsu in Oxnard, California. So started there with them, went to Thailand the first time, and I fought that first time over in Thailand. There's a place called Pattaya Combat. There's a guy named Christian Dacchio who owned an Italian guy. Rest in peace. He died in the ring. And there was another fighter who's there. You might know Matthias Gaiarino from Italy. So he was there when he was like 13. I saw him fight. I met him when he was like 13.
Okay.
So, and he was training out of the gym because he was Italian also. So that was kind of like his mentor in Thailand with his family and stuff. So, kind of like kept in touch with Matthias throughout the years and stuff like that as well. Seeing him develop is really, really cool. And, that first time I went to Thailand, my friend was fighting and I was all lubed up in liniment. I'm like, whatever happens, I'm doing this for a long, long time. Even if I get my ass kicked, like, I don't care. I love this shit. So.
And what was it? Was it the adrenaline?
The leading up to it, like the adrenaline? No, it might have been. But really, I was looking for a purpose in my life at that time. I didn't know what I was going to do. 18, I didn't want to go to college. I knew I wanted to travel. And, I actually went to like what they call a continuation high school. I was really behind. I was 2 years behind on high school credits to graduate in time. So I had to do 2 years in one. And like during that time, I was like, I just want to get this shit done. I don't want to go to school. Like, this is not something I want to do. So I think it was more like, hey, I think I found something that I want to pursue. Like, even if it's not like, I had no aspirations to compete when I first started, to be fully transparent. It started more as like, hey, I wanted a skill to learn. Right. I think a lot of people, like, I'm sure you run a gym, you meet so many people, they have so many different reasons why they start. But a lot of people are just looking for like a healthy outlet. And that's kind of why I started. And it just ended up there. And then next thing you know, I'm like, hey, I'm not going to stop doing this.
Right.
And it's not just sport too. Like for me, it's also a vehicle for personal growth. For me in that way also. And since then, that was in 2008 when I went to Thailand the first time. And I've been going like almost every year since. There's a couple years where I didn't, where I had, I was selling my blood for to be able to afford training back in the U.S. and everything too. So Ventura, I eventually did move down to North Hollywood. I met a Thai instructor that was down there named Nakweed Sriampai. So he's a ring official for a really long time, and he helped out in Canada and all over the U.S., Mexico, Central America, South America, and stuff too.
Slightly older fellow, yeah.
Yeah, he's in his Nakweed's he's in his 60s now. I think his birthday's coming up next year. Not to be confused for anybody that might be listening, and there's Nakweed Devi is not the same person. Just for everybody to know. So he was, Crew Nakweed, my crew, great fighter, but he was not like known for being a super excellent high level fighter. He was one of those people that started when he was 14, kept competing until he was like, in his 20s and went to college.
Right.
So,
there's a reason story. You see those fighters on YouTube. I mean, they're the cream of the crop.
Exactly. But I will say this though, the camp that my Nakweed came from, it was called Luke Prabat, and then before that was known as Luke Prabun. And until COVID, it was the longest running Muay Thai gym in Thailand. Like,
no way.
Yeah, it was one of the. So, do you remember Yad Sinclair had the trainer Big Yak?
Yes.
Big Yak was from. He's from Luke Prabun, Luke Prabat.
Okay.
So they were known for having these guys that like really high level pad holders, and that's why they would just look at their feet. and make those adjustments. And they're really good teachers. So, because I mean, you know this, and anybody that might be listening, if you don't know, is the fighters that go to Fairtex already have an established record. They buy their contract because they already know how to win fights. So how do you make somebody better that's already winning fights at a championship level? You just refine basics. That's literally it.
Right.
That's it. So that's what these guys do. And there's another guy from Luke Probot that's at Fairtex. His name was, his name is Kompetlek. He was there for a while. And I don't know if he's still there. I know he was coaching and stuff like that too. He was helping out Champ and his dad and everything. But that was kind of after COVID. They sold the land after however long they were running that gym for.
Brutal. That sucks.
Yeah, but I have a piece of the rope on our Moncon from the original rope that my crew trained in. I have it on our Moncon, like the original rope from the ring when they were breaking it down. We had one of my friend Jessica was there. And she's like, hey, I got a piece of the rope for you guys from like the ring that like Kronaki grew up training in. Like they're breaking down the gym. So I was like, hell yeah, like, we have that power.
Think how many decades of layers of skin are on that piece of rope from.
No, straight up though, like it's, I have it, and I bet you a lot of the people that train and like compete out of our team might not know that. They just see it, and then they know there's some kind of significance behind it, but maybe they don't really know. And if they're listening, now you know, right?
Yeah, that's cool, man. A lot of, and I like things like that too. Like the amount of everything, blood, sweat, tears, sacrifice that's in that little piece of rope. Like that's to be treasured.
Yeah, because it goes away. If you don't remember, it goes away.
That's right. That's exactly it.
It's the same thing. Like podcasting, you're documenting, right?
I'm sorry.
Like by having a podcast, you're documenting.
You're right.
Yeah, you're documenting.
I think of it like that. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, of course, obviously, yeah.
A lot of people might not understand that, but people don't realize like the time and place that Muay Thai is in this point in history. Like it's really finding its voice through one championship, RWS, more of the professional, there's the Muay Thai Grand Prix, things like this that are popping up. Like it's really now finding its international voice. Coming out of COVID, there was the benefit to that. All these gyms, all Thai gyms going online, more of them are speaking English. There's better translation. And it's like the amount of information. It's like Muay Thai is changed. Whether it's for the better or not, time will kind of tell. But I'm digging it regardless.
Well, sure, and I'm sure like you, like as a fight fan and as a martial arts nerd, Muay Thai nerd, like cool, more the better.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's more options for everybody, and there's more, which creates more, I guess, market viability for sponsors, for streaming services to pick it up. And with that, for anybody that doesn't know, your fighting doesn't fund the promotion. Your fighting is a part of the product of a promotion, but you need to have the financial backing behind the promotion to be able to pay you for your fighting ability. So everybody has to kind of understand this. Do you follow Matt Lucas?
Sure do.
Yeah, so I talk to Matt a lot, and it's like he's doing really good things to help promote it. And you probably know this as a coach. If you say something to your guys, like they hear you, but then if they hear it from somebody else they don't talk to all the time, it like oh man, like that really hits them, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Being a parent.
It's the way they say familiarity breeds contempt. Like you get used to hearing that voice all the time. So it's easy to feel like maybe you're in an echo chamber, and then when that outside voice that of authority confirms it, it's like, oh wow, this. Or they say it in a Thai voice. They're like in Portuguese or some other foreign language, or if they have like Eastern European accent or something like that.
That's right.
It hits different for local people. I get it.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah.
How many fights did you have?
For me, I only had like a little over 20 fights. I had like 22 fights.
Sure. So I only had like 12, 13, 14, something like that.
But the thing is, how old are you, Jason?
43.
You're 43. So for me, I'm 36. Your generation was different. I had a little bit more opportunity. All right.
Okay.
So I believe you probably would have had probably similar because no.
Nope. No. I was a young man, unguided, didn't know how to even train properly. Wasn't even listening to the things people are telling me. And listen, it happened that way for a reason, and it is what it is. But I did it like you were kind of saying, the 16 to ages 20 when I had 40 jobs, and the only thing I wanted to do was train, but had a real hard time funding it.
Oh yeah. Well, so did you have like access to training nearby you?
Oh yeah, like absolutely.
Okay, so
It's me. It's me.
it was just you being a young kid.
Yep, me being young, dumb, and undisciplined.
That's
I admit it.
story as old as time, man.
Yep.
Yeah, story as old as time. But
Yeah.
yeah, just only had like not a day to have 24 fights. Only fought like low level like pro fights where you're getting like in Mexico and shit where I did that, and I opened up my gym. I was supposed to have more, but with the nature of like fight promotions, I had like contracts. The fight would get pulled out, and with running a gym and competing, I was just like, you know what, like I'm getting a little bit older.
Yep.
There's some other guys there in the gym that are gonna have way more skill than me. And I felt like I said, for me, when I first started, it wasn't to compete. So that was more of like a personal thing. Fighting's really selfish, as I'm sure you know.
Yep.
And I really wanted to just be there for the people that were there and provide them that opportunity that I didn't have necessarily because I didn't have anybody to train me. So
Right.
we'd provide that training and be able to get them to that level. So for me, I didn't want to be selfish when it came into it. I wanted to make sure to focus on my team and build out this academy, which we've had for now over 11 years.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
What made you decide like that it's time to open your own facility and this is how you're going to make money?
That happened totally by accident.
Okay.
Really like 100% this Pu'u Muay Thai happened by accident. The name happened by accident. One of our students came up with it and was like, I want a patch that says Pu'u Muay Thai on my shorts. I was like, you guys would wear that? Like, you serious? Like, you sure? It's kind of a funny name, man. Like, I don't know. So
It's my name attached to it. It's
yeah, well, they like I said, they wanted it. Like a lot of people, are like, oh, you just put your name on it. It's like, hey, that's the story behind it.
Sure.
But basically, the way that all happened was I was teaching at so I was living in North Hollywood. I moved back up to Ventura. I was taking the train down to LA because my car had a blown head gasket that I bought. So another for any fighters out there, if you're not having car issues, you're not doing it right. Okay,
Right.
so you got to have car issues. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So I was taking the train down. I would stay at my friend's Brian's place. It was across the street from the gym in North Hollywood. I'd crash on his couch 3-4 days a week. Come back up to Ventura, help teach a little bit. There was a boxing gym that was letting me teach like private lessons out of their gym. Just like I had clients that I grew up with that used to come down to LA to train with us. They're like, hey, cool, you're in Ventura. Like, train me for fitness. Sweet, cool, I'll do that. We didn't have any Muay Thai, so was driving back and forth. I was teaching. There was a Muay Thai gym that had opened up in Ventura, and they had there was 3 owners, and 2 of them wanted to hire me. The third one didn't. So then I went to jiu-jitsu gym, and we started their program with 2 students, and we got a little over 200 in about 18 months.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah, so I knew that I could teach, but it wasn't what I wanted to do at the time. I was still focused on fighting, right?
Right.
So at that point, when we were going through it, they wanted more and more at the jiu-jitsu because they're like, hey, they see a very profitable avenue. For me, I'm like, I don't want to teach. I'm not a coach. Like, I'm doing this to help my community, to make a little bit of money. And so I eventually resigned from there. And I was supposed to have another fight in Mexico. Within 2 weeks of me quitting and focusing on that, so then it was another 2 weeks before a fight, I got rear-ended by a stoplight by an old lady going about 45 miles per hour.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it messed up my back instantly. Shuffling around for a couple months.
Really?
Yeah, man. I have a disc herniation, L4, L5. I couldn't raise my arms above here for a good month.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was bad. And then so I went full in on focus on recovery because the way insurance system works here in the U.S. is if you get in an accident like that, they have to make you as good as when you got hurt or better, right?
Okay.
So
Good deal.
So I was like, hey, I was in prime fight shape. I was 2 weeks out from a fight. Let's go. So, eventually, so that happened. I think it was in July. So by January, so in that span of time where my back was messed up, I had our students from the jiu-jitsu place that were still hitting me up. Like, hey, we want to train with you. I'm like, I'm focused on fighting. I'm like, by the way, my back's messed up. I can't even do anything. They're like, hey, can you just like watch us hold pads and just tell us what to do? Because like I think we'll get more out of it. And I had one of my students, Colin, who was like, hey, I'll hold pads for them. Just tell me what you need them to do and just be there. I was like, you guys do that? Yeah. And I was like, okay. Like, so we started showing up at the park and doing this. And I was sitting there like laying down or being in a chair, like with my legs out and just stretching, doing what I could to like, be comfortable at the time. Because just sitting or laying down too long is sucked.
Right. Either or, I bet. Yeah.
So, and I'm not a pain pill person, so I was staying off like the muscle relaxers and stuff like that, and just doing my physical therapy, going to chiropractor, yoga therapy, and doing everything. I was going like 2 hours a day, 3 times a week for treatment to like really
recovery with your new martial art.
Yeah. I learned a lot about my body and stuff that I was able to apply to my athletes from that too. So it was beneficial. It was a learning experience, but in the moment, it really sucked.
Right.
So I was like, hey, you know what? I guess I'll focus on coaching these guys a little bit. Ended up getting a group together, and I was like, hey, you know what? We'll go sublease the space. I found a dance studio to sublease, and I was just teaching there just a little bit. I was teaching 5:30 a.m. classes, a 4:30 p.m. kids class on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and an 8 p.m. class on Tuesday, Thursday, and a Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Or not 8 a.m., sorry, 10 a.m. on Saturdays. And then in between that too, I was working so there's the big box retailer Target.
Okay.
And then I was also working at the biggest kosher wine cellar in North America called Herzog Wine Cellars. It's actually in Oxnard.
Okay.
So I was working there in the wine tasting room and doing that with this. And so I was working 3 jobs. One of them was not paying very well. Guess which one that was?
Sure.
It was Muay Thai. And I kept focusing on that and just kept going to and focusing on training and teaching, and ended up building up to a place where I was like, hey, you know what? Like, we might as well start looking for a place, like an actual lease place. And we found one. And funny enough, it was up the street from the jiu-jitsu place where I was at, not on purpose.
Sure.
Because there was this space, Jason, about 2 months before that, I saw a boxing gym opened up there. And I'm like, fuck that. It was across the street from where I went to high school.
Okay.
Like, this is a killer location. So right next door to that was where my parents' skate and surf shop was when I was a child.
Oh, no way.
I used to sit in front of that shop every day. We'd be stuck there all day. It was like, I had so much time spent there. I needed something like this there. I'm like, man, one day I'll have a location like that.
Yeah.
Like when I saw the box, one day I'll have a location like that. So I was looking for a space. I had a couple leases. They didn't come through when it came down to lease negotiations. And I had heard that they were trying to sublease this gym. I'm like, no way, man. They just opened up. What do you mean they're trying to close? I'm like, there's no way. And so I just went over. My dad's like, hey, no, I met the guy. You should just go talk to him. So went there and talked to him. Apparently he had a business partnership that went south. And the guy dumped all his savings to pay off the lease for the year to get out of it. So he was looking for somebody to take over and start subleasing for him for a year and buy out all the equipment. And we worked out an agreement, and that's how I ended up in that space. And we were there for 10 years.
Nice. Good job, man.
Yeah. So that was.
So you've only been at your new location for 1 year?
So the new location that we're at, we've been there since June.
Oh, man. Brand new.
So we just moved into our new location. So we went, and it's 3 blocks away. So we were after our first 3 years in that old space, I was looking. Actually, after the first 18 months, I was already looking for a new place since then. But the way, I don't know how it works in Canada for leases, Jason, but in the U.S., like you have your lease term, so whether it's 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, whatever it may be, and then you have what are called lease options. Do you have lease options there too?
Yes.
Yeah. So for anybody that's listening, I might not know what that is. Like, let's say, hey, you get a 3 year lease term, so you're in the lease for 3 years. And then you have 2 3 year options on the back. So that means you can renew your lease for another 3 years, 2 times. But you usually have to let them know within 6 months of your lease ending as a minimum if you're going to take that option. So I'd always come up, and these other landlords would always, be dicking us around, and they would wait till the last minute to give me a BS offer. And like when they would pretend, kind of like, hey, yeah, we're gonna do something, like we're gonna make this happen.
Yeah,
and we're gonna work within your terms. Yeah, but then it comes down to like all right, here it is, and they know that I had to like let my other landlord know like the next day, and it was a shit term, so I had to just take the renewals every year.
All right.
And the space we were at, the old space, like great location, terrible building, perfect for a Muay Thai gym.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it flooded all the time. There's a Japanese restaurant that's 2 doors down, which is fucking fantastic. In Ventura, it's called Gotetsu. Shout out to Yukari, whose daughter's trained with us, and she trained with us too.
One more time. Shut him up one more time.
Gotetsu in Ventura. It's yakitori, Japanese yakitori. It is not a sushi place. And it's a tiny place. She's learned this whole setup of yakitori from a place called Gotetsu. It was a restaurant called Gotetsu in Japan where she worked at. So when she moved to the U.S., she opened up Gotetsu. That's what she called it. And it's great. But their vent, of course, will go straight into our system. So like around like 7:30, you start smelling dinner.
Right.
We had a tattoo shop next door. They're still there. They're great Ventura tattoo. They're also martial artists. So like they put up with our racket and kicking heavy bags and shit like that. And sometimes stuff would get knocked into the wall and knock shit off their wall and stuff like that. And they put up with us that whole time. They're great neighbors. That's one thing I do miss with a new space, but that was kind of this area where we were at, and being able to move down 3 blocks away. So over time, finally this place opened up, and it almost didn't happen again. It came time. It was like I had to give a lease renewal. I got the renewal. Like we had no more options on our lease because we'd been there.
Okay.
We'd overstayed our welcome. So
Right.
they gave us this really like they were going to increase our rent by like 33%.
Yo.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, like if you're gonna increase our, like, you need to give us a new, like, make sure it doesn't flood, all right?
Yeah. I have
take
some
care of-
expectations.
yeah, get some new stuff in there, some new fixtures for the space, because Ventura, like the city, it was the last like undeveloped small beach town in California.
Okay.
And that started changing after COVID when like the shutdowns happened. People learned they could work remote, and they'd be close enough to LA, Los Angeles, like they could drive an hour and a half if they had to go down there, right? And then
Right.
they could be by the beach. Like I don't blame
Yeah.
them. But
for sure.
it drove prices up like crazy. I think it became the most expensive place to live in the U.S. I think like last year it like was dubbed
Really?
like one of the top ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
harder than Hawaii. And Santa Barbara used to be up there too. Santa Barbara still kind of is, but they have like a weird financial bubble up there going on. They have Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, Oprah, and shit like that lives there, but
Sure.
none of them contribute like locally. They don't spend their money locally.
Of course.
Yeah. So
Huh. That's wild.
yeah, it's an interesting and fucked up like demographic to be in, because we like Ventura is an oil town. Like we grew up oil money. Like people settled there after the Civil War. Like there's a whole Civil War memorial like cemetery that's there. And it's like, it was found on oil. There's oil platforms when you look out in the ocean. There's like 5 of them that are out there. So it's still very much like a blue collar town. So it was really weird to see like this shift that happened. And it's still like, it's a surf town that used to be ran by the Hells Angels.
Okay.
Which are you familiar with Hells Angels?
Yep. Heard of them before.
Yeah. So the longest running president in Hells Angels history was in Ventura. His name
I
was
see.
George Christie. So they ran the town for a long time growing up, and they kind of went away once George was able to get out of the HA. And the town started changing around then. That's like kind of when COVID came up, and a lot of changes happened, and a lot of people came in from LA, and it affected a lot of our students. So that's why I'm speaking about this too. Is it affected a lot of our students. Like during COVID, all of a sudden everybody was getting these notices. Hey, in 30 days or in 60 days or 90 days, your lease is going up the maximum amount because a new owner came in, right? So, and they just a bunch of people left the state, and that's kind of one of the reasons I'm in Arizona too.
Oh, is that right? Eh?
One of many reasons.
Sure.
Yeah. One of many reasons. Did everything it could to survive during COVID, and we did.
Yeah.
And now, like we, expanded into this new space, and it's awesome. Like we had our old space to make it work. We had to get rid of our boxing ring, which I was like crying the day that we got rid of it. It's
Right.
like your Muay Thai gym without a boxing ring. Damn. So,
But they take up so much space.
yeah, and let's talk about that. So you have like a training size boxing ring. You can fit 4 people in it, right?
Right.
So you get rid of that boxing ring. That's enough space for about 8 to 10 people.
Right.
So for floor space, when you're paying this massive, like I was talking about, a lease increase of 30%, right? That is a lot of money in real estate that's taken up that you can have students in there to be able to train, right? On the training floor. So,
exactly.
Yeah. But now we have it again.
Put the ego aside a little bit, you know?
Huh?
Got to put the ego aside a little bit, man. I want the ring. You know?
Like
I have to make 33% more money.
No. So we had to do that, but now we're able to do it. You know, part of what happened during COVID too is for us it came to a point where like the restrictions in Ventura were some of the worst. We're actually what they call a template city, so they try out things in Ventura, the city of Ventura. And depending on how they work, if they work well in the eyes of the government, they write a guide and they distribute it to the different cities and counties within the U.S.
Guinea pigs. Mm-hmm. That's brutal.
So we're guinea pigs for code enforcement in Ventura. They actually got indicted by a grand jury in 2012 for what they were doing. So the way the law works is if they give you a fine and you don't pay it, they could eventually put a property lien. For anybody that doesn't know what that is they basically on your credit is that in order to sell your business, you would have to pay them off first. Mm-hmm. And if you don't pay it off over time, they could end up going to court through the judicial process and owning all your business assets, and you go out of business.
Right.
This happened during COVID to a lot of businesses, actually.
Right.
So in California.
Ruthless.
And it was bad. So Ventura is where like they started this shit. And you know, I was teaching Zoom classes to my brother and my now ex-wife in there, and we get sometimes like around 50 to 60 calls a week on us, and you didn't get to face your accuser and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm just teaching Zoom classes here, man. They're like, we're gonna fine you $1,500 every time you come out here, and I got all the public records.
By myself.
Yeah, I'm like, this is me, that's my brother, and that's my wife. Like, what do you want us to do? And I'm like, who called it in? They're like, oh, we can't tell you. I'm like, but you're going to find me. Okay, fuck you. You know, that was that was my thing. We actually consulted with the epidemiologist at the time, too. And I took the whole guide from him, and I presented it to the health officer. And he said, we'll let you know if we're interested.
What?
I'm like, I literally, like, have a guy who's more qualified than you. I did work with the CDC. And you're saying you're taking advisement from the state, who's supposed to take advisement from the CDC, but you're not going to take the guy that's going to allow for a better, faster reopening, so that way people can have better mental health, better physical health, which makes them healthy to be able to fight off shit like that. And you're telling me you'll let me know when you're going to think about it. So that's when I learned that no matter what, I'm probably going to get fined, so we're just going to open up, and that's what we did. So
nice, good for you, man.
Yeah, it was hard because we had a great location, terrible during COVID. Terrible during COVID, man. So that's, you know, to come out of that at that time, it was like either I was going to have to lay off all my staff at one point because we weren't making enough money, or I find out a way to start making income and keep them employed. So that's what I did.
And that's pressure on you. I mean, whether it needs to be or not. I mean, I feel that too. I feel responsible for my staff, you know, like
100%. And you spent so much time, like you're like, to get your team together and you invested in them, like you don't want to just let them go because then you're going to have to rebuild all again, which takes longer and it might not be the same again.
Exactly.
So that's, definitely 100% building your team and being responsible for them. And like in the U.S., like we had the PPP loans that came out that paid our payroll for 6 weeks. And it didn't cover lease obligations, and we paid our lease the whole entire time. It didn't cover our utilities. It didn't cover our business license. It didn't cover our federal taxes, everything else that's involved, our insurance, everything that we had there.
Yeah, so nuts.
Yeah, at the time, I was doing stuff. They had like concerts in your car, so I'd be working down there doing that. I was doing Instacart. Started selling stuff online. That's when we had started the podcast in September 2019. So that's when we started doing more podcasting.
Right.
And you know, when we would do we would clean the gym with some of my friends. We were cleaning very hard in the back, right?
Yeah, we all were.
It was very hot. It was very hot sessions. We wanted to make sure no one got in. So after the cleaning sessions, we would do a podcast episode and just talk with them when they came through town. And I had my friend Eric. He became my friend. He moved into town from Colorado. He became our chief instructor during this time. And I found that my ex-wife was from Norway. So if we went and moved to Norway, they were open and I could work and make more money. And the cost of living. So Norway, for anybody that doesn't know, and I don't know, Jason, do you know that Norway is supposed to be the most expensive country in the world to live? Or one of them? Is.
I thought it was up there.
Yeah, it's one of, I'm pretty sure it's like, if not it is one of the most expensive countries.
Right.
If California was its own country, it would kick Norway in the ass. So when it comes into like cost of living.
Really?
My cost of living in Norway, to live in a nice part of Oslo, was $1,000 a month. That included rent, utilities, food, transportation.
Damn, I'm moving.
Yeah, well, it's hard, man. I almost got deported over there, and I was there legally too. So like, we were talking about snowbirds. Like I get it. Like I wouldn't want to get deported from a country and not be able to go back. So
Yep. Yeah.
I went over there. The day we left, they shut down the country in Norway again.
No.
The day I went to Norway,
man.
and I had a job lined up and everything. Fuck, like,
damn
it! But
brutal.
I was still saving money by being there, right?
Right.
So the money I was saving, I was able to pay my staff. I paid them all hazard pay. I paid them $2 to $3 more per hour for hazard pay to be around during COVID. I'm like, hey, if you want unemployment, like I'll fire you. You can go collect unemployment. If you want to work, I'll give you hazard pay.
So, your visit to Norway, that wasn't a visit. That was like, I'm looking to move here.
Yeah, I was looking to move there, man. Some shit went south. I had a bad divorce. Norway, great country, but that ended with that. Once things started opening up in the U.S., like I came back to the U.S., my then wife was supposed to get her green card, so that's why we came back. Then the U.S. opened up. I'm like, shit, I can't go back. Like I need to focus on making sure here's good, like make sure my team's good. So it came, and the plan was to go back and forth a little bit, and it just didn't end up working out.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's pretty. That's pretty far, man.
Yeah. But there was direct flights from the U.S. to Norway.
Sure. How far is that?
It was about 10 hours.
Okay.
Which
it's pretty far.
My drive from Arizona, from where I'm at, to Ventura is 8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, flying is an hour, so it's just it's not that. For me, it wasn't outside the realm of possibility. Where if you have a full-time staff, full-time team, you pay them more money, and you can get it going. That was the plan, and we're just now like starting to be there.
Right.
Cool. When it comes in from after COVID, so it's like, whew,
yes.
6 years, like we're heads above the water a little bit. It's nice.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
How did you guys do afterwards? After like all the shutdowns and stuff like that, did you stay in the same location? Did you move?
Yeah, and it was similar too. Like I'm teaching on Zoom. And like we all hated it. But listen, to be honest, it's better than doing nothing.
Yeah, it was like, hey guys, I don't like this any more than you do.
but otherwise, I'm doing nothing. Like it's not that bad. But and I was in a very similar spot too, where like I fully admit I rode the line. I got called so many times that I had the same health inspector. Her name was Monica. It got to the point where she would open the door. Hey, it's me again. I just have to. I'm like, yep, take a look. Yeah, okay, I'll close the file. Like, dude, I don't know how many times, 20, 30 times I got called. One time they came to shut me down.
Up there, were they distributing stuff via social media?
What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by distributing?
The new rules that they wanted you to follow, were they sending you like an official thing from your local province, like government? Or did you have to look online to find it?
Oh, yeah, no, we had to go find it.
That's the thing. And but when it came time for them to collect the tax from you, you bet your ass you got an email about it.
You bet. But and then same thing, man. There was at least 2 times with my business partner where we were both making the phone call. We're like, that's it. They just killed our business. We're done. Like, I don't know what we're going to do. And then all of a sudden something changes. But there was a few times that happened. We're like, that's it. You guys just killed me. Like, everything I've put my whole life into. This is all I do. I can't change a tire, bro. I can't hang up a picture. Like, it's all I got. And you just completely took it away from me. So coming out of that. Sorry,
how many years were you open by that point?
Since we were in that location since 2011.
Shit,
So,
that's a long time.
yeah,
Man.
8, 9 years kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I understand. Keep going, man. I want to hear more.
Oh no, and they've just this very similar things. They just same thing. Rents due, and hey, listen, if you get 65% of your income gone, we'll give you rent relief. Great. I'm at like 62. Ooh, sorry, rent's due. And you're like, oh my god.
Dude, we didn't even have like a rent relief.
Man. I'm just kind of a little shocked when you said all these things and payments. Like everything stays the same. Like, bro, everything's weird, but how can you keep everything the same? Like, that's what I was thinking when you were saying that.
Well, so the way they think of it in the U.S., so they gave a lot of this rent relief to residents, like residencies, like people, your condo, your home, if you're renting, like they had a rent moratorium, but that didn't apply to commercial, to business. So I had a lot of people just they have a rent moratorium. You don't need. I'm like, no, that's not. We don't, as business, we don't get that. They're saying that like, so the way what I was told. This is from the mouth of the local government we had, is just deploy capital. I was like,
Thank you.
I'm like, real quick, dude, real quick. Hey, I got something for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was like, so I want to try to go get loans, everything. Like, we're not giving loans to businesses like yours right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I have excellent credit. I have a fine, healthy, income stream until March 2020.
Right. Because you.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, so like, and you're saying now I can't get it, so I feel you, man, when it comes into that. But yeah, it was bad, and that's when I decided that like the government is very interested in me, so I'm going to become very interested in it. And that's when I started showing up at all the city council meetings, and
Good for you.
I would parrot back what they were saying. And some of it was very atrocious. I'm like, did you let me just read this back? And people are like, why is Jonathan saying this on the mic? Because it was like, I would just clip it just to like get people to like hear it.
Right.
They're like, why are you saying that? I'm like, oh, that was me reading their statement that like they said to everybody else. They're like, oh, wait, what? Like they said that to people? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, exactly. You hear it from me. Now you're like, why is Jonathan saying this? But when they're local politicians saying it, they don't hear it because it doesn't get put out like that.
Right. Oh, good for you, man. And that's what I always tell people. Like, listen, I know about Canada's the same. There's a lot of division and whatnot. Moving on, but
yeah.
Instead of barking at about who's leading, I'll just speak for myself. Who's leading Canada? Like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, have you ran for your community? Your city council or anything? Like, start with your community, bro.
That's been like my big Jason. I like you even more, man. My biggest thing, because I told everybody, like, show up to city council meeting. We had our local Congress people. They're talking about this. Like, don't get me wrong, war is fucking atrocious. But like a war in Ukraine, how does that affect the guy shitting and ODing on fentanyl in front of my gym?
Right.
It doesn't. I'm like, that guy needs help. Like, let's focus on that. Because if we focus on that, we can fix that. Oh, it'll be much easier for us to support other causes that are a more global scale. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. Start with your community, goddammit.
Yeah. Like, guys, like I love it. Like, I connected with this guy in our town through these city council meetings. He heard me like talking. He's like, "Man, what's your axe to grind with this?" And I told him, his name is Spencer. He has an account, Ventura Forward. He's an MC for our semi-contact events we do in Ventura.
Nice.
But he helped me navigate a lot of like this government process to get stuff on the record and make sure like who to talk to and stuff like that. So like I owe him a lot when it comes into navigating that and just having somebody that would just listen and just nod and be like, yeah, that shit sucks, man. I feel you.
Yeah.
So that was making me somebody that wasn't in like, health and fitness industry that kind of just understood what was going on. So
yeah. That's good, man. I happy to hear that. I don't hear too many people willing to, we bitch and complain, but nobody does anything about it.
You have to, man. If there's one thing I can tell, it'd be the same thing you'd say to people, like show up. The thing is, like for us in the U.S., you can send an email for a public comment, and that goes on official written record on what they call the consent agenda in the U.S. It's saying that you consent to things, right? So if you voice your lack of consent for something on record, that looks really bad for them. So, right. And it shows that there is a dissenting voice. So, and of course, yeah, I've been targeted for that reason. But if more people do it, then how are they going to target everybody?
Right.
Right? It's important for there shouldn't always be everybody agreeing with everybody. There needs to be a argument on everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
so it's just
Totally agree.
it's important. It's healthy.
Yep. Couldn't agree more, sir. Now I heard you say I've heard you say fight team and holding your own show. Do you promote too?
So I'll be clear on this. So we don't promote like the promotion team. So what we do is we have Eat Sleep Teep, semi-contact Muay Thai. So the regulations in the U.S. Semi-contact is in many states like California. It is not regulated by the boxing commissions that oversee combat sports, for better or worse. Right?
Do you guys call them like smokers or interclubs?
So smokers and interclubs, we do not call it that. It is not a smoker or interclub. Smokers and interclubs got regulated by the boxing commissions right after I got started. So I did a couple smokers, and then the boxing commission started showing up to shut them down.
Yeah.
So these semi-contacts are a way around that regulation to allow some of these to happen but it has to be like on a mat. The contact's supposed to be regulated. We do, because for me, I'm like, hey, if somebody's doing like full contact and they're skirting the semi-contact line and people are getting knocked out and injured, it's bad. I mean, you guys had up in Canada, you had that kid, the Chinese national, that was like in a semi-contact that died. Right? So I'm sure you know about that. And, with that, it was a karate organization that was regulating the event.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
It's Muay Thai. Karate.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Not talk bad about any organizations, but it takes the right people to understand what's going on to be able to have a safe event, right?
For
You need
sure.
to completely understand Muay Thai and what it is, safety. So there's a lot of other semi-contact ones, and that's how these started up. So they really blew up after COVID because they didn't allow full contact coming out of COVID, but they allowed semi-contact. Everybody was chomping at the bit to fight. So these semi-contacts blew up like that.
Right. I'll do whatever.
Yep. Yeah. And some of them, like they'll go more or less like smokers where they're going hard and they're banging it out and people are getting injured and knocked out. And then there's ones where they're not. Right. And it's just, I'm not going to name any organizations, but I'll name some good ones that I think are doing it right. So there's the Muay Thai Development League.
You bet.
Yeah, Pat Rivera and them. There is also, I know TBA SA also does one. There's there's also Richard Abraham down in Chicago also does one. North American Muay Thai Association, I think is what they call it. They started one, and we have Eat Sleep Teep semi-contact series. So,
dude,
that's what we're doing with it, and it's a way. Like for me, I work with that. I have two partners. So the guy who owned the Santa Barbara Pu'u Muay Thai Santa Barbara. I partnered with him and his wife on it to get it started. So we worked. Did you see the Rumble in the Jungle in Tulum where they were doing the Kachuk fights?
Yeah.
So when those started kicking up, I told Ryan, like, hey, they're looking for fighters. You guys should go down there and go fight. So they went down there to go fight, and he's like, dude, I think they need help. I'm like, well, then fucking help them. So he started going down there to help bring fighters from the U.S. down there. Okay. And then they were saying that they wanted to do WBC stuff, and so I was like, "Hey, man, I'll come. Like, I can work WBC events. I know the chairman and stuff down there, so I'll go down there and go work you guys' events." So I started going down there, and we were working with them, and so they got their experience with the promotion side of things down there, doing like pro Muay Thai, doing amateur, and all that stuff.
Right.
And then when it came time for us to do in our own backyard for like semi-contact, like this is a breeze, dude.
Right. Yeah. Yes. You've already done it.
Yeah, we don't have to pay off the cartel and have to deal with all that. Like literally, that shit happened. I saw it happen.
I fully believe it.
Yeah, the cartel showed up at those events, and Ryan's wife said, "No, you're not coming in to sell drugs in our event."
Wait, well, please sell all the drugs. Please don't.
She went and grabbed Ryan, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta let him in."
Yeah. Sell all the drugs, please.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go, set up. Do whatever you gotta do. Of course, he didn't. Business wasn't that well. It's a Muay Thai event.
Right.
But so for us to set up in our own backyard when we did the semi-contact, and it started with that. So then, there's a big need for more ring officials as well. So I have a ring official course that I took over from my mentor, Knockweed. So he was one of the executive ring officials.
You are all the way in on this, eh?
I'm like
all the fingers in all the pies.
all of it. So, because it needs to happen. Like people like you, Jason. You're building the sport. You're documenting the sport. You have a gym. You know, you're involved in events. I see you doing MC stuff and commentary. Like, these are all things that need to happen in order to make a market that can sustain itself. So, with officiating, it's like there's a need for officials to work with the boxing commission. So there's a lot of other organizations that have great ring official courses. I have nothing against them. Anybody that goes through mine, I encourage them after they go through mine to go into those as well, because you have to learn from everybody. You never stop, right?
Yes.
So we use these semi-contact events. We do a training course the day before that goes over all this in, code of conduct, all that stuff, how to work in full contact, inspector, timekeeper, judge, referee. Starts online. So they do a whole online course, all the theory, practical exam stuff. Then we do it in person, and then they do their assessment at the semi-contact events. If they're deemed ready to go for the next 2 years, then I give them my stamp of approval on it. And that's what we use those events for, to help build that and give opportunities to help. And like now, a couple of those officials are working for other promotions and stuff too. So that's my goal. So that way, I mean, I'm sure you remember a lot of the people that work in Muay Thai officiating didn't come from Muay Thai. They never trained Muay Thai a day in their life.
Right. Yes.
Right. They came from boxing, MMA, kickboxing, and the judging criteria is completely different.
Very true. And the flow of the fight seems to change depending on the referee. Please, I'm not knocking anyone. I'm just saying.
No. It's just there's a certain way Muay Thai is. There's similarities and crossovers in all the ring sports, combat sports.
Yeah.
But there's some key differences in all of them.
Yep.
And one of like the biggest thing that I've seen like from Muay Thai is like, if you talk to a boxing ring official, like you're standing too close. I'm like, for boxing, yes.
Right.
Muay Thai, no, I'm right distance, right?
Yep.
So there's some key things, like you said, that goes into it. And I'm not talking bad about any officials either. Like everybody's trying to do your best, So it's just always trying to keep leveling it up. So if we get people that have trained Muay Thai, that have fought Muay Thai, that competed, that have been to town, that have seen it, they know how it's supposed to be. Then you teach them the process of it, and then you get them involved in it. Hey, you're going to have a better educated audience, you're going to have better ring officials, you're going to have better fights, you're going to have better promotions, and you're going to have better rankings, because now you're going to have more or less like a equal playing field, level
and
playing
legitimized.
field. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
good call.
and there's other people who are doing this too. TBASA has a great course, Pete Peterson also.
Right.
Has like it's massive tournament. Have you ever been down there to that?
Oh man, I love going. I would love to just go without fighters and just hang out and don't have any responsibilities.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, TBSA is one of the biggest. I think it's one of the biggest tournaments in the world for Muay Thai. Like number of competitors. Definitely in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
for Muay Thai, all right. So for anybody that hasn't checked that out, I highly recommend you pony up and go. So, you get all these different initiatives, and it's just you have to keep doing things to support around these other initiatives that people are doing. For me, I'm really focused on trying to build. Cause what happens is if people focus on amateur and they build up an amateur as ring officials, but they never learn how to step up to work with the boxing commissions, which they're not perfect. Right, it's a government entity, and we just talked about the government and how great it is dealing with it. But it is a necessary evil that we have to deal with here in the U.S.
Yeah, right. It is what it is.
Yeah, and so you have to learn how to work with them and build influence and talk with them and work within what they allow you to work in and work on changing things. Because in the U.S., for law in each state, it's literally an act of Congress to put a bill in, get it voted on, and written into law in order to change rules and regulations. So that's no easy feat for anybody that's out there. There's people that are out there. Dana White, right now he's lobbying hard to change the Muhammad Ali Act,
right?
Which is a big deal in like the regulation sense of things. But if you can look it up and see what these guys are paying. In order for us to have that for Muay Thai, we need to have people like you, Jason, who are promoting the sport through Shout Out Podcast, who have Muay Thai gyms, who have promotions, who are doing media, who are actively participating in the community of Muay Thai.
Well, and yourself, and to be honest, now that I hear the processes you take and the things that you're involved in, there's no secret why you're number one, man. You seem like the number one podcast, Muay Thai podcast on the planet. You're clearly meticulous, and for the most part, think about the next step instead of I can be real, man. I take this one podcast at a time. It's just how I got to live my life right now. But I can. You clearly are very calculated about how you move.
Yeah, thank you, man. And it didn't start like that though. The podcast started from, and I'm sure you have these conversations all the time. At the end of the day, it's 11:30 p.m. You've been talking for an hour and a half with your guys after training. You're like, shit, we need to go home. Man, we should have recorded that conversation.
Right.
That's literally how the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast started, in the back broom closet of our first location, and it just kept going. And now we have Teep Studios, the Black Room here in Scottsdale.
So okay, good. So obviously this is what I want to transition to here, man. Good segue. Yeah. It's like you've done this before. So how do you decide like I'm gonna buy an equipment here and I'm gonna get this thing on Spotify? What made you make that kind of official for yourself?
Oh man,
or whatever, YouTube, all that stuff.
Yeah. So with running Pu'u Muay Thai, in California for over a decade. And through that time, I've just seen how the culture of Muay Thai has evolved in America from grassroots level up, right? So we're documenting some of that, and I saw an opportunity during COVID, where I was like, hey, we're gonna do more podcasts and we're gonna keep reinvesting in it, and really the idea, it came from my family. My dad was one of the watermen that helped document the surf industry. Okay. So he was in media through the surf industry, and he's a surfboard shaper, coach surfers, and all that stuff. So I saw a lot of similar parallels between Muay Thai. It's a niche sport. Nobody's getting paid, and everybody that does it really loves it, has a big passion for it. Same thing for surfing.
Right, I can see that, yeah.
So I saw a lot of parallels to it. So I'm like, hey, I know media is very important. And I was talking with Matt Lucas, and we were both. He's been on the podcast a few times back during COVID and stuff too. Right. And we just, I saw this opportunity. I'm like, just keep reinvesting into it, because I knew that it's something that, as Muay Thai is very much in the Flintstones era, while the rest of society is going more towards the Jetsons. Right.
Sure.
That they say your technology. You're seeing more technology, but the thing is, we still need that human connection, which is coming to it in person and stuff. But what's the best way to have a positive impact on people and educate my students, the students of Pu'u Muay Thai, other students from other academies, to educate them properly on the authentic education of Muay Thai as it grows? Because again, as it's changing and the voice of international Muay Thai is changing, it's very important. You get people still don't know what Waiku Ram Muay is, and for me that's I'm like, hey, I get it, but it's important to understand the roots and the cultural roots of this stuff. And also it came out of a place of frustration also, for building it, because you have somebody paying you $200 a month, and then they watch a free YouTube video from Joey Bag of Donuts, right? and then they're asking you, well, Joey Bag of Donuts told me I should be spinning and doing this, and I said, you're paying us $200 a month. If you want to listen to Joey Bag of Donuts, by all means. But I really recommend that you listen and focus on this for maybe a year, and then you can start listening to what Joey Bag of Donuts says, and maybe you can start working some of that in. Okay?
Right.
But I'm make it more 2 years. So I looked at that as a more of a skill issue, I guess is what Gen Z would say. And I was like, hey, these guys are obviously killing it at marketing.
Well, that's just it.
How come I'm not killing it at marketing?
Right.
So I was like, all right, podcast. That's something I can do all the time. I can talk. There's a lot of, segments that come out of there, and educational pieces that, I combine everything. For our students at our academy, I combine all our episodes, I chunk them out, and I index them with, the titles and the information they have in each one for them in our student app. So that way, if they have a question, they can literally look it up, and it's everything that's up here in our brains is literally at their fingertips.
Right.
So,
Damn.
yeah, so it's not just for like the podcast like thing, like it is for that, and it
Right.
brings in people, uh, but it allows us to have that. Now their first impression might be seeing us, right?
Right.
So
Right.
maybe they start training with us and they look up stuff. They're seeing our content and our stuff. They're like, oh, okay, like I'm at a good place. So they're no longer seeing just Joey Bag of Donuts first, and then asking
Right.
me a question about Joey Bag of Donuts. They're asking us about stuff that we talk about in our
Right.
instructionals, in our podcast, and it makes it way better.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I gotta be. First of all, I call Joey Bag of Donuts Sensei YouTube.
Sensei YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't. I just tell him, just listen. I get it. There's lots out there, but learn from me before you learn from Sensei YouTube.
Yeah.
And you can tell people are just embarrassed when you say Sensei YouTube. Like, oh, jeez.
My friend made a gym out here in Arizona. He made a shirt that says Crew Tube and it had like the YouTube logo. It's a Crew Tube.
Nice.
I have it somewhere. I gotta dig it up. I gotta dig it up because I saw him like, dude, I'll take one right now. Like he didn't even officially put it up. He's like, I didn't even make them. I'm like, I don't care. Take my money. Like send it to me when it's ready.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, you made me feel dumb. I got to be honest, man. I have just so much more selfish reasons. I love, like I said, this is all I do, and there's only a few people out there that I'm close with that I can really nerd out on fights on. So I'm like, I'm just gonna start a podcast. And do you
It's
play
great.
piano?
No, but I do play music.
Okay, that's not gonna help.
Yeah. What were you? But I know about like why are you bringing up piano, Jason?
Okay, so this is how I talk about the podcast when people ask, like, so how did you did you have a background on this? And I said, I literally, it's like one day. So let's say you don't know how to play the piano. It's like one day I don't. I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna start playing the piano. Like that was it. I just was like, I'm gonna start a podcast, and it's like, now what do I do? Like I had to, I did this all on my own, just trying to figure it out, just so I could nerd out with everybody.
Man, and it was like similar. Like I was saying, like we were having these conversations. I'm like, dude, I know other people who would nerd out in this shit too.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, yeah, like you're talking about now we have one championship every Friday. Yeah. Like you could talk about the fights there. There's RWS. There's your local fight promotions. There's the national fight promotions. There's the international tournaments. It's like you're up to here on things that you can talk about.
Exactly. Yeah. So and I want to, but you're like, oh, I don't have anybody else to really talk about. Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that was the whole start of this thing, I guess. And I'm sure, like you're so comfortable on a mic because it's just like talking to your people, right? A room full of people. We do it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
easy.
and going on to the podcast stuff, like at one point, I think when I was going through my divorce, I think it was January 2022. I recorded a podcast every single day of the month, 30 days.
Oh my goodness.
So there's a 30-day chunk of just podcast content. And I just went fucking hard. And that's kind of where we started getting a little more momentum. And
Yeah,
we were strictly audio only. We did some, like during the cleaning era of COVID, like those ones like where we record people. We did some videos with those. But for the most part, a lot of it was audio only. Like we didn't have like a Muay Thai podcast Instagram.
Right.
And we came on that, like, because I was like, hey, you know what? Like, it's getting to the point where we need to have there needs to be a separation because content was getting lost when it came into Muay Thai stuff. Like, there's some cross promotional stuff where it has our coach, or for something that just pertains to our students now. Because now we have like guests that come in, we have like instructionals, we have other topics, things that we're talking about in Muay Thai. We have media stuff. We're talking about fights and controversial things that happen in the ring. So we had to kind of divvy out, and it's like crazy to me because like I would see the numbers go up every week of like downloads like on our back end, but like I never got to like really engage with the people. Now we're like actually getting to engage on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to see.
Is it you? Come on, man. Be honest with me. Is it you doing all those comments on Instagram?
So I would say about 60% of the time it is me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a helper that does help me out with some commenting, because for us, like, I actually have a background in digital marketing as well. So
Okay.
I do have like a team of virtual assistants that help us out with like our
Nice.
marketing for Pu'u Muay Thai in Ventura. I have a marketing agency where we work on stuff outside of Muay Thai now. Like I was doing that before I opened up our gym, and I use that background to help build our gym. So,
Nice. Yeah.
and then
Smart.
now I'm back to it where I'm helping other businesses, and I help other Muay Thai gyms too. But that's not like the thing I focus on, because I know Muay Thai gyms ain't making that much money, man. It's hard.
Man,
It's
yeah.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you're chasing a hard dollar there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I funny enough, I just these clips that have come out this month. I finally have hired a company. Like, I'm so tired of making clips for, let's be real, pretty much nothing with what it feels like. So
Yeah.
I needed somebody else to do it. Like, give it a try, see how it goes.
Oh man, yeah. If you have any questions after the podcast, let me know. I can shoot you over. There's one of the ones I use. It's called Opus Clip. It's great.
Oh,
It's a AI like backed one, but it's good and it makes it easier to delegate that over to people.
Nice.
So that's one of the tools that we use for the podcast, and just to like clip stuff out. And what's cool about it is it'll actually, now it looks up news, like news articles, and if you mention something that's trending in the news, it'll say, "Hey, this is trending right now."
No way.
Yeah. So it's like, where it comes in like, oh, I talked about something. We had something. It was about it was about one championship in their gloves, and then as I was clipping up, there was literally an article that came out from one championship in their gloves, right?
Yeah.
Where Chatter was talking about. I'm like, hey, there it is, right there. Like this is one of those things. Like you're talking about these topics that, unless you're really involved in Muay Thai. Like if you understand the regulation stuff, if you understand the promotion game, the fighters game, the coaching game, the gym game,
Right.
if you don't have your finger on that pulse, it's kind of seem like, whoa, this stuff came out of nowhere. But if you have your finger on that pulse, you see this stuff come down the pipeline.
But do you realize, now that you've said that there's only a few super nerds like you who actually have their pulse on all that? There's not many.
No, there's not.
Okay. I think you're making it sound like, guys, you got to do this. Like, I don't think you realize you're like an anomaly, man. You're one of the few.
No, for me, I understand that, and like you're probably the same. Have you heard of the Clifton Strengths Finder?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever take it?
No.
I did it, and I found out I like to collect information.
Okay.
And this makes sense because like when my instructor Knockweed was doing like he was making a whole fight database, I knew everybody that was in there. I'm like, why the fuck do I know everybody's name in here? Like what is going on? Why, like, I remember this person's last fight, I know their next fight is coming up. I'm like, this is really bizarre to me. And but like I love it. But that's where a podcast comes out, and you can put it into digestible format so people can get that information in a nice pipeline.
Right.
That comes down.
Yep.
And you can seek that information, so that way you don't have to be sitting here doing this every day wondering like, oh, what's coming down the pipeline today in Muay Thai.
Right.
It's like, hey, you can listen to the Shout podcast, you can listen to the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast, the Matt Lucas's, and these other media channels that are like really actively involved in it.
Right. Where are the guys throwing it down the pipeline?
Yeah, we take it. Hey, you see it? Hey, this is what this is. Do you speak Thai?
No.
Okay. So
don't give me that much credit, bro. I barely can figure this podcasting out.
Hey, man, all I gotta say is you're doing pretty good, man. So, it's important, and that's why I was saying, like, you're documenting a lot of this stuff for people to be able to learn about Muay Thai. And by all means, I'm not right all the time.
Oh,
Like
no.
I do my best to make an educated guess. I don't
Sure.
know everything. I'm not a super high, I'm not a elite striking coach or anything like that. It's like I have been involved in Muay Thai. It's coming up on 19 years now.
Yeah, nice.
So for me, I'm still like young in the sport. I feel after like I'm still learning stuff all the time.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Good.
Yeah, it's like by no means are we like the be all end all or anything like that. Like there's a reason why we like brought in, I had Onion Topic who came in. We had him at our Ventura Academy. There's a reason why I bring him in, and I talked to him about shit like this too. And let me ask you this: what's your thoughts on people? I don't know if you ever listened to our episode on influencer fraud.
Oh, I caught pieces of it.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So influencer fraud. Let's talk about that. So here's the thing: is like I understand there's marketing. Like I said,
Yep.
Joey Bag of Donuts, great at marketing. Kill it, bro. I got you. Like, I get it. Like, believe me, if I could do it like you would, I would too. But then you got Muay Thai. This art that I literally sold my blood to be able to train Muay Thai. They took blood platelets out of this. I was slamming freaking. I don't do this by any means. Don't do this. This is a terrible idea. I was severely anemic because I was sitting very lean all the time to compete.
Right.
And I was taking iron pills to be able to donate blood platelets.
Okay.
And they would hook you up to the machine for 3 hours or whatever it was. And I would almost pass out and be like slamming cookies and shit like that and sleep the rest of the day. Then I'd go back to the gym. And then you have the person, so it's like building sport, right? People who are doing stuff that, like, you know, where it came into this to do everything you could to be in it. And then you have somebody who used to be like a fucking rapper and it didn't work out for them. So then they start up their Instagram, they buy their followers, and no one knows better. And then they're training people like fucking Anderson Silva.
Right.
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 So for me, that's very disingenuous to this, like, to your audience when it comes to it. Like, if you're upfront and tell, like, it's one of those things, like, for me, like, I could say, hey, I sold my blood for the sport. I was a journeyman guy. I loved fighting because it was something for myself. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm by no means the best. I'm not an elite striking coach. I am going to teach you Muay Thai, and you're going to have a great time. That's what I'm going to leave it at. So,
yeah.
For the influencer fraud, though, going back onto it, these people that do this, that capitalize on the sport in a way that doesn't give back to the sport, and they lead people to a place that is not where Muay Thai would normally lead them. And I feel it causes people to leave the sport earlier than they normally would.
Okay.
Right? So I'm sure you see... Because they feel like they learned everything in the sport.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, agreed.
You know this, about 2 or 3 years in people training, they know everything, right?
Yes.
And all of a sudden the grass will start looking greener over there, or like, hey, you know, I'm going to leave the gym, right? And it's like, why, dude? You're doing so good. Like, you have goals, aspirations. So people that learn Muay Thai, or they think they learned Muay Thai through people like this, they don't give Muay Thai the correct attention. Like, they aren't given the correct attention as like a coach would, right? To allow to do it. Now there is some people who are doing that, and they are very authentic about it, right? And they're like, hey, I'm not the best coach. This is just what I know, and this is what I'm teaching you. There are guys like that. You know, I changed my opinion on this guy based on it was Shane Faison. You know, I used to kind of think like maybe he was the Joey Bag of Donuts doing this, but then I actually like sat down and I read through his stuff, and I listened to it, and I was like, oh, he's being straight up about it. Like, I don't really, like, this is just what I know. He's like, I fought one time in Thailand, like, that's it. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, and my opinion changed after that, after I listened past the surface level stuff.
Right, just be real with me, man, and we're good.
Exactly.
You know? That's it.
Exactly. So where it comes into that, the U.S. being the fucking media juggernaut that comes out of the United States,
right?
We get a lot of them that come out of here. I don't know of any. I think there might be one, like, I'm sure there's some that come out of Canada too. I don't keep my finger on that pulse too closely. People send me some shit. I'm like, yeah, that's dumb. I sometimes, like, my media person, they're like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm like, yeah, I think you should just block that account. Like, I just don't want to engage. No, I'm straight up. Like, they'll just they have full authority to go block people, so that way they don't accidentally, like, go through and engage with them and talk with them, because it's distracting to the algorithm. And then now they see me. They see my. If it's not me, if it's me and I catch it, cool. But if it's my team going out there and commenting on stuff, maybe they don't have that context that I do, because they don't have my brain and my context, right? And now it's gonna look like that. I support that, and I don't want that.
Yep, I got you.
And I don't want that. But for a lot of the comments on yours, you bet your ass is me. A lot, most of the time. I'll say, like I say, at least 60% of the time, I know I've left comments on your stuff. Like, that's one of those things. And I'll be straight up, because there was a fighter who's like, dude, they should comment on my stuff. I'm like, hey, man, like, just so you know, that's not me. That comment on there. I'm like, I dig your stuff though. Like, I have seen it. I like it. I think I've left 1 or 2 comments, but like, this other stuff, that wasn't me.
Right.
And we are a company, and we are like, for us, it's like about building and supporting Muay Thai people, and that's the whole purpose of it. This engagement drives a lot of the algorithms
Yes.
and engagement. So the more people that engage and comment and talk about Muay Thai, the better it's going to do.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
The more that person is going to post about Muay Thai.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
It's great.
Yep.
Fantastic. Life-changing shit, right?
That's right. Just hopefully I can sprinkle a little love into that, and then you send a comment, and then like literally, I mean, strangers talk to me all the time. Hey, what do you think of that fight? Boom, I'm engaged.
Yeah,
That's it.
They're like, all of a sudden you send them like a whole paragraph. They're like, oh shit, thanks, man.
Yeah, easy, bro. Early disclosure.
Yeah.
You know what I was gonna say about that influencer thing? So, heavily involved. I don't know, but I've been doing Muay Thai for 28 years. And I'm 19 is, I know you know what I'm talking about, but that influencer stuff, it is frustrating because a lot of it's, you understand how to edit and market and stuff like that. And the frustrating part is you and me, I can guarantee, can in 5 seconds are like, it's horse shit. Or how long you been training, a year? Like, you can just see in their movements. However, I got to be honest, I hope I don't get any trouble for this. I'm not saying all. But let's say you're up front. Hey, listen, I've been training 5 years. This is what I found working with. I don't know, maybe not 5. I don't know. But anyway, sometimes I feel like the big pros are a little hard on people who are underneath them. Like, you should listen to me. I have 300 fights. Well, I get it, but then we're only listening to 5 people on the planet.
Yeah. No, I understand this implicitly. I had a conversation. There's a girl I just started following on TikTok. She's posting some fucking hilarious shit about deodorant. She's like, this is the number one thing that your coach is not telling you need to have is deodorant, guys. Put your deodorant on. I'm like, you're my new favorite, TikTok account to follow.
No kidding.
And she reached out like on Instagram. We connected on Instagram because for anybody that follows, I always like it's me. Like it's either me or my team that's talking to you about it. Like, hey, we message all of our new followers. Like, hey, how you find us? And I review it. Like if it's something that they're like, hey, Jonathan should respond to this. Like they'll flag me on it. But this girl ended up following us on Instagram. She's like, I want to post more, but she's worried about like that pressure from like those 300 fight bros, right?
Right.
And I'm like, hey, if you're just upfront about your experience, like, hey, I'm just documenting my journey through this. I'm like, no one's hating on that.
Yeah.
Like be authentic because that is when you're inauthentic. That's when shit goes wrong.
Yep. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
I wear this proudly. Listen, I'm just a fucking guy trying to do stuff with his life. That's it. Don't consider me an expert in anything. Maybe I know a little here, maybe I know a little there. I'm just a fucking guy trying to do something with his life, and I just try to keep it that way. I'm not I'm an okay coach. I have a few champions, and and with that, we are, especially in the combat sports world, we're always looking at the top of the mountain. Like, for the most part, people like you and me, like, okay, I'm certainly not at the top, nor will I plan to be, blah, blah, blah. But think how far up that mountain you are as opposed to what's beneath you, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's if you've been doing this 19, 20, 15, 25, 45 years, you have lots to offer if you've done it correctly. Mm-hmm. But we always look at, I always think Liam Harrison, because I'm such a fanboy, he's going to say something. I don't want him to comment on my shit. Like, if that's the only guy giving you criticism and he's watching your shit, you're doing great.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's fine. And this is something that I tell people, authenticity will always outlast hype when it comes into your content. All right?
Damn right.
Comes into it. If you're authentic, hey, guess what? Those guys, just like they left hip hop to go over to Muay Thai because they saw opportunity to market themselves, they're gonna leave Muay Thai for the next thing. They're carpetbaggers.
Yep.
That's what that is.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you can see them a mile away too.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, for those people that don't know, unless you're an extraordinary, you're like the dog face guy that was it Fleetwood Mac where he's drinking the cranberry juice?
Yeah.
Unless you're someone like that, you're not gaining 15,000 followers posting Muay Thai content overnight or in a week.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you see that red flag, they're probably buying their shit. That way they can manipulate you and build influence and authority over your mind. Don't let that shit happen. So
there you go.
That's one of those things. Like for us, like I'm sure for you too. It's like, social media is about being social, right? I don't care about like however many number of followers we have or anything like that.
me
Like
neither.
the same thing. Like we never bought followers for our Pu'u Muay Thai page. Never bought followers for. We're not buying them for our Muay Thai podcast Instagram.
Right.
It's
I'm not
just
gonna do it that way.
no. Well, it's just it doesn't. You don't get your audience. I get
Right.
some Habibi that got paid a penny to like my page.
Right. Right.
Some guy in Pakistan that he doesn't give
Yep.
two shits that never checks his account. Like I don't. That's not my market. That's not what I want.
Right.
So I'd rather.
Right. And but by the way, t-shirts, I got through customs and everything, and I asked them, so hey, when's it gonna be there? They're like, we don't know. Like, hey, thank you. Dude, this is Canada Post right now, man. They're striking and just everywhere you go. Like, I know this says overnight, but we have no idea. And you're like, oh, okay. So they are on the way.
I'll keep my eye. You're gonna be seeing it pop up on videos. Don't worry. Hey, I want to give a shout to Authentic Muay Thai Supply. Also, these guys right here.
Sure.
They're a small business. They back a lot of the initiatives around the U.S. everywhere. Also,
And I think 2017 or 18, I was at the TBAs, and they had some excellent swag.
They 100% go to the TBA tournament, and if you meet them and you meet Kay, say, hey, just go up. You should go up there. You can just message and say, Jonathan says, "Fuck you, Jonathan Pu'u." she'll just start busting out laughing because
That would be so awesome if that wasn't true at all. Hey, Jonathan says, "Fuck you."
Yeah, Jonathan says, "Fuck you." Say Jonathan Pu'u says, "Fuck you." So, but they're great people. They do a lot for Muay Thai. They show up at they bring in. They're dealing with a lot of the import export stuff right now as well. I talk with Kay. She's been on the podcast, but she's like, man, we need to do episodes so people understand that they're about to pay like twice as much for goods that are coming from Thailand.
Yep.
Because of the customs that are going in. Like I have a pair of gloves that are coming from Thailand right now. They were, they're not cheap, and the customs wanted an extra $50 at customs.
That's right.
So that's why when you told me what was going on, I'm like, makes sense. About par for the course right now for everything that's going on. So,
Yep.
I mean, that's the world that we're in.
That's right. Just deal with it. It is what it is. If you're yelling at somebody, you're just yelling at clouds. Don't bother. Save your energy.
Exactly.
But what I was going to say, we were speaking about sort of authenticity and all that funny stuff was, so the guy who makes the design, Rob from Turkey and Pistols, he's half an hour west of me. Love that guy so much, has a little t-shirt shop. But he's a good enough friend of mine that I tried one and only one Instagram post written by ChatGPT. And within 10 minutes, he sent me a message and said, "That's not you." And I was like, "Oh, busted." I'm like, "Oh, shit. I'm never doing that again."
He knew it. He knew it was AI slop.
Yeah. So I've never done one since. You got me. If I'm answering, it's me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like naked, man. Like I got exposed. Like, oh no, I tried it and I totally got busted immediately.
Yeah. And it's like when people know it's you, they know it's you, right? Like for us, I have my editor go through and write like stuff from our transcript. We have like a whole process to come through this stuff. And then I go through and review all of them. Right. And then I make sure to like, that's garbage, rejected. This is what we're putting in. That's good. We're adding this. That's okay. I don't like this part. We're getting rid of that. We're doing this. We're adding this in because this is going to be what sounds like us in our brand voice.
And you spend a lot of time on this, hey?
Yeah, this is like I said, I run a digital marketing agency, man. This is like my full-time gig that I'm doing when I'm here in Arizona.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, you haven't asked why I really ended up in Arizona. But for those that don't know,
I'm sorry, we totally skipped past that. Too many subjects.
Arizona is one of the most they have 2 national tournaments a year for Muay Thai. They're out here, US Muay Thai Open. They had some of the most activity for fight promotions for amateur,
right?
When it comes into it. So for me, this is the most activity. Like I don't talk about this a lot. Like with officiating, I don't talk about fights that I work. I don't talk about assignments that I get or anything like that because it's actually a violation of the code of conduct I signed when I start working for pro. Like you're not even allowed to talk about the fights that you work in.
Gotcha.
It's like it's a government process at that point.
Sure.
So I don't talk about it, so people might not know, but it's like I work with different boxing commissions around the country. In Arizona, the commission here is very good. They actually had the words Muay Thai written into their state code and their statutes. Yeah, it's one of the few states that has it. And the boxing commission here, like when they found out I became a resident here, they offered me a license for Muay Thai ring official, like right away. Yeah, because I'd been working here through the amateurs and stuff like that too. But I was able to get involved in here like a lot because I was driving out here all the time. I was flying out here all the time to work. And so I was like, hey, like each state has different tax brackets too. So like California is 13%, personal income tax, right?
Yep.
If you're self-employed, it's higher because then you're paying corporate taxes, all that stuff. So it's around 33%.
Yep.
Arizona's 2%.
Yo, nice.
Yeah. So the tax savings that I had last year is what paid for like the money I reinvested back into the academy for our new build out.
Okay.
Right? So I get to be here for Muay Thai. I get to focus on it. There's business is booming here from like just the economy in Arizona. It's like in the Phoenix Valley is banging.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, I like I'm a Second Amendment guy, so they're very pro Second Amendment in Arizona. So that's
I suppose not really California, hey?
No.
Yeah.
Ventura County, it was actually one of the more loose restrictions when it came into concealed carry stuff. Funny enough, because of like I was saying, it was an oil town. Like that's what the whole place is founded on. So those values kind of went through the government a bit, but they're going away, of course. Right. But yeah, Arizona, you can conceal carry, all that stuff, and go to shooting range. Ammunition's cheap. It's not heavily taxed. They like in California, they literally called it a sin tax. I'm like,
right, good call. Right, bro. I'm not against it, by the way, but I've touched a handgun and pulled a trigger 2 times in my life.
Yeah, and I remember the first time I went shooting, and I was like, I get it now. Like it's for those that don't know, like if you train combat sports, you like a combat sport like Muay Thai, you're literally learning an art of war.
Yep.
That's what you're learning. With guns, you're doing the same thing. It's an extension of your martial arts. Man, do you have is it Apple TV?
Yes.
Have you watched the show? It's called Chief of War?
I haven't.
With Jason Momoa. So you should watch it. It's about when the European settlers started coming more and were bringing in firearms and how that changed the unification of the Hawaiian Islands. So great story from my family. I'm what they call Kanaka Maoli. It's like a native Hawaiian blood. So my family, like there's one of my ancestors actually in like he's a character in the movie.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
Yeah, so it's like it's a super cool thing. But we talk about firearms. Hawaiians had their own martial art. Once they got firearms and those were introduced, that became part of their system. Just like military and all that stuff that came in. I mean, we saw in Thailand the border conflict that was going on.
Yes.
Who were all the guys that were rushing out to the border? We saw all these Muay Thai fighters that were jumping ship, going up. They're canceling their fights, going up to the border.
There was like 5 or 6 guys from PK Sanchai alone, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I think there's some guys from Pet Yindi and stuff like that were going up.
Oh yeah.
So it's because they're all in the army and stuff like that, or like essentially the Royal Army.
Right.
So they like this is what it is, guys. Like there's no sugarcoating it. But there's great benefits to it and just training and the practice of it too.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I'm in Arizona. And there's something like 75% of people in the state of Arizona train martial arts or have trained martial arts.
Arizona is a dangerous place.
Yeah. You don't talk bad to people in Arizona because you don't know if they're strapped. All right.
Yeah, there's 2 reasons apparently.
Especially you don't talk bad to them because you don't know if they're going to be able to fuck you up hand to hand too.
Yeah, if they're not strapped, they're going to kick the shit out of you.
You don't know, man. So for me, it creates a little bit of a different culture. I see it for me. I try to respect it as much as I can because like I've seen what happens when people come from an outside place and influence it.
Right.
So for me, I respect it. I love what they've built here in Arizona for Muay Thai. Yeah. I love the culture. I love desert life out here. It's just mountains and shit like that too. So
yeah, that's cool. I've been there once, man. I didn't know, but I've never been to a desert, but I sure found beauty in the desert. I didn't know I would when I really did.
Where did you go?
Phoenix. I climbed Camelback Mountain. Regretted it. Went and watched a hockey game, saw a basketball game. The only time I've been there.
Heck yeah. What brought you to Phoenix?
Well, my business partner is a snowbird, loves going there multiple times a year, and just said, listen, I don't want to do this by myself. Come with me. And then I'm like, we're going to climb a mountain in Arizona. I'm like, how bad could it be? And then he pointed, and I was like, oh, my God. My little legs are not built for that hill.
When in the year did you come?
It was before COVID. So I'm going to say it had to have been 2018.
But what time of the year was it? Like winter, spring, fall, summer?
It wasn't the warmest. And here's what I could tell you. We had a thunderstorm. And and for me, I'm like, oh, yeah, for where I'm from, I'm like, I'd call it a 4 out of 10. And then we're on the news and like, flooding. Oh, my God, this is the worst thing we've ever seen. And I was like, oh, this is nothing at home. But it wasn't very warm. It was like 13 degrees Celsius.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not bad. But it'll get to like 28 degrees out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm in.
it gets burning. So like my advice to anybody that comes out here, if you come out here for the spring US Muay Thai Open and it's hot, because sometimes it'll be hot at that time, sometimes it'll be cool. If it's hot, you got to hike it at like 5 a.m. and bring a lot of water, because without a doubt, during the summer, at least 3 times a week, you'll see rescue helicopters going to Camelback. Someone brought this little, small bottle of water, and they're hiking at 10 a.m.
Brought a can of Sprite.
Yeah, literally when like those Western movies, where like
yeah,
like that's the sound the fucking sun is making at that time, and people are going out there thinking like this bottle of water is gonna be okay. Like I'll be able to do this super strenuous hike, and I'm like don't do it, guys, please.
Yeah, just don't do it, man. I was miserable. Just don't do it. Period. Just don't do it.
hey, if you come back out here again, I'll bring you on a much more subtle hike. So that
it's flat.
Yeah, US. Yeah, I could bring you on a flat hike, man. US Muay Thai Open. They're out here. They have a great tournament. And funny enough, they're actually the only, from my understanding, they're the only Muay Thai tournament that has a third party sanctioning body where the sanctioning is not also the promoter. Which is good.
That's a big deal.
I'm sure you know why, right?
You bet.
Not to throw shade at anybody. Everybody else, I believe they do a really great job. But that is something from a regulatory standpoint, because for those that don't know, right, why is that a good thing, Jason?
Well, I mean, for several reasons. I know of, I won't say I know of, but promoters can always wiggle rules. They can, but they manipulate things to work in their favor, and they're their own boss. So even if you disagree, you're going to agree because that's your instructor, that's your boss, that's whatever. You get to manipulate the system for yourself. Yes.
So by having a third-party sanctioning, the other person says, well, no, you can't do that because here are the rules that everybody agreed to and are allowed by law.
Right. And but even from a promoter's point of view, you think that'd be a good idea, because now I can say, listen, man, I have nothing to do with it. I've washed my hands. I could just do my thing now.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's like, hey, man, like the rules are the rules, and they're enforcing them at the fall, otherwise we don't have a show.
That's it.
Right. Yeah. And it prevents the financial incentive of an event to cause, because there's an opportunity for corruption to happen.
That's right.
That's not the safety of the fighters in mind. And this is where the Muhammad Ali Act comes into play as well. Like I mentioned earlier, that they're trying to change for boxing, because it comes into, it's like the Muhammad Ali Act. It's a federal act. For anybody that doesn't know, it establishes you can't be the promoter. You can't be you can't be the promoter, the ranking organization, and like the matchmaker or the controlling of ranks. I think in all three of those, you can't be the same thing in boxing. Right. They tried to apply this to MMA, and somebody lobbied very hard, who I mentioned earlier in the podcast, lobbied very hard to get it so that way it didn't happen, and now they're doing it to boxing. So fighters, be informed, know where you're fighting, know your rules and regulations, because that shit matters and it will affect you. So,
that's right. Dana White.
Your words, not mine.
Don't me, please. I don't. I guess you can have my coffee mug. I got nothing for you, but yeah, I mean, that's a heated subject. Listen, man, we haven't even touched fights. So I got to take my ass back to the gym, unfortunately here. So I'm hoping that guarantees us another round.
Oh, dude, I think we need to. I think we have to do another one, man. Let's get it. And anybody that's listening out there, that like if you're listening to this, if you're watching on YouTube, wherever you listen to that, reach out to Shout Out Podcast. Let them know. Like, do you want to see Jonathan Pu'u back on the show, or do you want to say fuck Jonathan Pu'u, right? Just like we were, fuck this guy. I don't want to hear any more from him. But yeah, anybody who's listening out there too, like, remember your Muay Thai gym. They're doing their best they can. Listen to them. You pay them good money to train, so ask them questions. Go to Thailand, do the hard things, and remember that it's not going to be. You're not going to regret it.
There's no destination. It's just a journey.
Exactly.
However, before I leave, I always have this question: Who are your 3 favorite fighters of all time, and why?
3 favorite fighters of all time.
Boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, whatever.
Well, they're all going to be Muay Thai, man.
Attaboy.
Okay. So let's see. The first one, man, his name just totally slipped my fucking mind on it. Because for me, I always look at every fight. Like, I have favorite fights that I watch. I don't have necessarily like favorite fighters. But if you know who Samkor is.
Oh, of course. Samkor Kate Montip.
Yep.
You bet.
So for me, so you might be able to guess that left kick is one of my favorites.
Yes.
So of course Samkor. Next one that comes into there, I would say like Samnak, because of his style, his Muay Thai style, and like his IQ. It
was in the Matrix.
Dumb. Yeah, it was dumb how far ahead he was of everybody. Than to do what he did with boxing and stuff like that too. Yes. For those that don't know, he beat Floyd Mayweather in the Olympics, didn't he?
He didn't beat Floyd, but Floyd had that controversial loss, and so because of that, Samnak won first gold medal.
That's right. They were in the same division, but they were in different ends of the bracket. That's what it was. So for those that don't know that, that's a little. Of course, you would know that. Jason, of course you would know that, man. Of course. The next, I'd say, so number 3, and this just goes on the character and the timing of his career, the excellence of his career, of what he's done with Muay Thai is, of course, Saenchai.
Of course.
All right?
Modern GOAT.
Yeah, so those are, which is very funny because, both, like, you have Samak, who, like, has ties to Jockey Gym, right? And then you have Saenchai ties to Jockey Gym. So 2 of those guys have Jockey Gym. I'm sure Samkor somewhere in there, but from him, it was just like a sheer, like, brute force of his left kick.
Yep.
Keep on tip, great gym. And they've created some great fighters and trained with a lot of the coaches that have come through there and stuff too. And their IQ is definitely at another level also.
Yeah, for sure, man. Real quick here, funny story. Kieran Kettle, he's a friend of mine, and he fought Samla Kamsing, and he was saying, I
didn't know Kieran fought. I didn't know he fought Samla. I have a funny story about Kieran, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'll go first, real quick.
Yeah.
And so in the fight, anyway, he caught Samlak's leg, went to kick it out, and he said it didn't even budge. It was like kicking a tree, and he smiled at me. So he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna boot his leg." Tried again, nothing happened. So he said, "Okay, I'm just going to elbow his face off." And he said he had his hands down and just moved back enough that the elbow missed, like without effortless, and just laughed at me. At the end of the fight, he said, "Hey, Englishman, I heard you were pretty good. I trained 10 days for this one. Good job."
Fuck, man. Fuck.
A great story.
The same, like, Ludstilla just fought. Same thing. Like, he trained like 2 weeks for his fight, his retirement fight. Right,
unbelievable.
And he was drinking beer after his weigh-in.
Attaboy.
Kieran Kettle. So Jesse Magusan is now double kick Muay Thai down in San Diego, new gym. But he hooked us up, and I was actually talking to Kieran about him potentially moving down to the U.S. to work at that jiu-jitsu gym I was at, but the owner didn't want to make it happen at the time. Yeah, it was real brief conversation. I don't even know if he remembers that, but like, it's funny because I tried to get that to happen, and then I saw him do all of his stuff, and I was like, "See,
yep,
we could have been here, but it's okay." Yeah, he's Canada's now. He belongs to Canada. Yeah. So that's awesome, man. Well, thanks for having me on today. I appreciate it, Jason.
You bet, man. One last thing. Everybody gets one shout out. You only get to give one to one person. Who are you giving it to?
One shout out. I'm going to give a shout out to my team at Pu'u Muay Thai in Ventura. Without you guys, everybody that makes the lifeblood of the academy work and operate and make this thing happen, couldn't do it without them. So every single person that's there, from the leadership team down all the way through the students.
Well, that's definitely more than one person, but I'll take it.
You said one, so the Pu'u Muay Thai gym.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
And how about sponsors? Instagram. Any shout outs for sponsors, or where do we find you on social media?
Yeah, to find us on social media, so you can find us at Muay Thai Podcast on Instagram. You can go to podcast.puumuaythai.com. That's PUUMUAYTHAI.com. You can find me at Jonathan Pu'u on all socials. There's also at Pu'u Muay Thai on Instagram and TikTok. And reach out if you have any questions. You can go find the library. We got about, I think, 220 episodes now. So if you guys want to
beauty. I think you're actually you're 150.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Entire Doi Hasip. Like M150.
Exactly.
It's a great number.
Now listen, man. I want to talk about the change of the entertainment era of Muay Thai, the little gloves, what's happening around the scene, fighters, American fighters, and we didn't even get to touch any of that. So honestly, man, I mean, maybe not next week, but I'd love to do it again in the next few weeks, man, and kind of get down deep about the knuckles.
Absolutely. Let's get more into this. Like I said, I had a feeling this wasn't going to be our first and only one.
Good.
I
really love what I hear, man. Love everything you're doing, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Jason. Thank you so much, man.
You bet, man. We'll talk soon.
Talk soon.
Later, sir.